Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video. Today we are playing Pokemon This Gym of Mine. We have already played it, but you guys wanted more, so let's get into it. You start off by having to choose which type you want your gym to be. Every single type is in the game and they all offer you 3 different starter Pokemon to choose from for that corresponding type. I decided to go with Dragon because it's a pretty decent typing. It's only really weak to like Ice and Fairy, but our options were Bagon, Gible, and Dino. So I decided to go with Gible because Garchomp is a pretty decent pseudo-legendary mon and I wanted it in my team. We then go on the boat and we are greeted by the mayor of Umbal City, who's basically just talks you through what your job is to do as the gym leader of this new town because the last one dipped for whatever reason. And so we basically just have to create our gym and craft the town and make it more livelier. I then, however, run into a wild Rattata and lose my first battle. So obviously it's not starting off too well. I thought that was just going to kick me straight off the gym leader roster, but luckily I just go back to the boat for whatever reason and just heal up. We then finally make it to the gym, and the mayor is just talking about how, you know, the gym needs all this work, and then he's also leading us to our house and just, I don't know, he's not even walking his legs, he's just kind of floating. I go to my home, and I find this box on the table, which luckily includes a TM for Dragon Claw. Now, Dragon Claw is a really good move, so of course I pop that straight onto Gible. I go to the town hall, and I'm greeted by this biker gang who sends out a Poochyena, and he's like, bro, you ain't coming into this town hall. This is our town. You get yourself out of there. He didn't know that I had a Gible with Dragon Claw though, and I can finally kill things relatively easily. So I just Dragon Claw his Poochyena, I Dragon Claw his Scraggy. He nearly takes me out to be fair, and he uses a potion as well, which I thought was a little bit unfair because I don't have any. Luckily though, I take out the Scraggy, and I save the town hall from the biker gang, and everybody already loves me, which is great. We then go into the town hall, and the mayor tells me about everything that I have to do. I can't use more than 3 Pokemon in the gym, and as well as that, they all have to at least be Dragon or have the Dragon Claw TM. I then go to my mailbox and look for a different kind of person to bring into the gym, and so I bring in the freshwater guy, the gym guy. He's just like basically runs everything in the background whilst I'm out and about doing different errands and stuff like that. I then start my first day as a gym leader. The mayor's just telling me about like the gym guys behind him, and they're actually horrible people. They're talking smack about him as soon as he leaves the gym, which isn't great. And so I'm like, okay, I need to go catch some new Pokemon that are Dragon type or can learn the Dragon Claw TM. Luckily though, this guy's just giving away super rods and good rods and old rods for absolutely nothing, so I'll pick one of those up. And then I find a location called the Dragon's Den. I'm like, right, well there's got to be dragon types in here. I also find a Dragon Fang as well, which is very useful. And I come across a Drampa level 6, and I'm like, alright, that's a dragon. Let me catch that dude. And so that's the first Pokemon on my team. I now need another Dragon type Pokemon. However though, baby Dragon Pokemon, not too good. So I decided to just catch another Drampa because they're like the strongest thing I can find this early on in the game. They've got decent stats. They've got an okay typing, I guess. I mean, they are immune to Ghost. The normal typing isn't great. But I basically find a Big Nugget as well. So I've got 2 Drampas, a Gible, and a Big Nugget. I then start my first day as a gym leader and start taking on all of the different trainers. I'm a little bit worried about what these levels are going to be, but luckily they're not too high leveled. They're only bringing in like level 3 Starlies, little bugs that are really easy to kill. And my Pokemon are like level 10, 8, 10. We're absolutely chilling right now. So I just take out all of these trainers relatively easily and finish the day. I then can go to the break room where like all the gym trainers are and stuff, but unfortunately no one's there for me today. I don't know why. I don't think they like me that much. Just the freshwater guy who I go up and talk to, and he's just like, remember to check your mail because you're going to get more gym people, gym trainers trying to join. And I'm like, alright. So I then go and finish the day. My first day on the job didn't go too bad. And then we carry on the adventure. I decided to go and sell a bunch of the items that I've picked up from my different kind of walkabouts and stuff because I want to start buying some buildings to spice up the town. And I've got 24k, which is not bad at all. I then go out and just grind up a bit more because I just need some more levels and stuff on my team because I feel like if someone brings a fairy type or an ice type, they're just going to absolutely destroy me. I'm like, oh, okay, I need to sort that out really quickly, so I just need to get as many levels as I can. I then go to the guy where you buy the buildings off, and he's got building plans 1, 2, and 3. 1 and 3 are 10 grand, and building plans number 2 is 25 grand. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to buy two 10 grand building plans. I should probably go for 25k, but it's nice to have an extra 5k just lying around if I do need anything else. So I go and buy building plans 3 and building plans 1, and then I can go and spice up the town a little bit and actually start getting some income as well, because buildings in your town actually gather income every single day. I of course have to do the gym leader duties though, and so I take out a couple more trainers, you know, just not letting anyone come and get a gym badge. You don't come into my gym and get a gym badge, especially when you bring in level 2 fletchlings as well. That's just not gonna get you a gym badge in my city. I finish everybody, get some more reputation, which is obviously going through the roof right now because I'm just beating everybody. And I haven't bothered about the break room today. I'm like, no one's turning up. I'm not even gonna turn up either. And I just finish the day. I then start the new day, and it's time to put some buildings up in my town. So I go to this guy here and put up building plans 1, I believe it was, just because of the color and stuff. I'm trying to make a nice color coordinated town. And so I'm running all over the place. I'm like, where can I put this other building? And I go to this guy here. I'm like, I got these town hall plans. Put this building up. Get me some money. So I got a brown building and a blue building. I'm like, all right, cool. Need to get some more levels. Go and start taking on some trainers all over the place. And their levels are shooting up. I only just beat this level 18 Jumpluff, who also had Fairy Wind as well, which wasn't great. But I did get a few levels on my Drampa from this, which was quite nice. So now it's back to the gym, taking on more trainers, stopping more dreams, stopping more people getting the gym badges. I mean, he's got a level 5 Rattata. Like, what does he expect? I've got a level 16 Gibble. I'm absolutely loving life, so I just got to keep taking these trainers out. And you basically have to rank up in this game, and then that's how they have stronger, like, teams and Pokemon. But to do that, you just have to keep getting your reputation. So it is a little bit repetitive having to constantly defeat all of these trainers, especially when they bring out the same trainers constantly. Like, I battled this trainer like 4 times. But either way, I finished the day, and then someone's at the door, and it's the gym guy, the freshwater dude. He's like, get yourself over to Tannel, because Mayor wants to talk to you. And he's basically just saying all these nice things about me. He's like, look, you're doing a great job. People are starting to respect you. And then this girl comes out of nowhere, little Elizabeth, and she's like, look, I don't respect you. I want to battle you. I've got a strong team. Let's do it. And I'm like, all right, well, I got to go catch some more Drampas and stuff. This is basically what I kept doing. I just kept training up my Gibble, and then I kept coming back to the Dragon's Den because the Pokemon's levels seem to get higher with your levels. So I was like, well, if these Drampas are just going to keep getting higher and higher into like level 18s and stuff, I may as well just keep coming back and catching them. So every time I do a lot of grinding, I come back here and basically just upgrade my Drampas, and it worked out really well because, again, like Pokemon like Gibble, Dratini, and Axew, other Pokemon that you can find in this cave just aren't that decent until they can evolve, barring Gibble. Gibble's alright, but the rest of them aren't really that good, so there's not really much point of grabbing those until I can get a better level team and stuff. So just constantly catching these Drampas. I've got a Gibble and 3 Drampas now, but of course I'm only allowed to use 3 Pokemon, so I can only use 2 Drampas and 1 Gibble, which isn't the greatest thing in the world. Teach him Dragon Claw, and I go off to fight Elizabeth. And I'm a little bit worried, because I'm like, she looks pretty confident, but she has a level 8 Clefairy. I'm like, oh, alright, level 8 Clefairy, that's fine then. So I just easily defeat the Clefairy, and then she sends out a Goomy. Goomy's definitely going to die, gets absolutely destroyed by a Dragon Claw, brings out Phanpy next, again, still only level 9, so I'm just one-shotting everything. I think I over-leveled a little bit, but that's just what happens. You only really need to grind up one Pokemon, and then the Pokemon around you just keep going to your level, so you just keep catching them, and that's basically how you easily get through the start of this game. That's what I did anyway, until I can start getting some better mons. Anyway, I beat Elizabeth, she pops off, and I go to bed, and the mayor calls me, and he's like, look, you're doing a great job, you're rank 1 now. And I'm like, bloody hell, rank 1, loving life. And then he's just talking about how the trainer's going to be harder. You know, level 15 is a level that you should probably aim towards, otherwise you're going to start losing gym battles. And I'm like, I'm already level 15, so I'm just going to get into the gym and just fight more trainers. And this guy sends out an Aron, which I had never seen before. This thing has got like claws, his eyes red, and I Dragon Claw, it's got Sturdy, and then he Dragon Rages me. I'm like, bro, is this a Dragon type Aron? What is going on here? I need that for my team, because if it can learn Dragon Claw, I can actually use it, and it's not a Drampa, and I can actually have a couple of the Pokemon that are decent. So I take out those, and then I go and donate potions, because I'm a nice guy, I'm getting that reputation up, and then I go off and find this dude here, who's basically talking about how if I can solve the riddles in this cave, he's gonna help me out and he's gonna give me something. I then come across one of those Arons, level 15, and I'm like, bro, I want this thing in my team. It's quite a difficult thing to catch though, and Dragon Rage does not make my life easy at all. Taking 40 HP off me every single time, I'm not a fan of it. However, though, I finally end up catching this thing, and it turns out it's actually Dragon Steel. And then I go to this guy, and he's like, yo, I want to be a gym trainer. You've got the riddles on lock. And I'm like, all right, get yourself in my gym. And then I go back to the gym, and I start doing some more gym trainers and just taking them out. And again, I'm probably like 30 days deep in at the moment. Like, a lot of the start of the game is very repetitive. You just have to keep getting your levels up, and you just have to keep getting your reputation up, and that's basically what it is. It gets a lot crazier later on, as you will see, but that's basically what you have to do at the start of the game. And then he just keeps sending out these random Pokemon. Again, just easy things that I can kill. I'm very over-leveled, which, again, probably made it a little bit worse, but at the same time, you're just going to keep destroying the same Pokemon over and over again, so there's not really too much else to do. Sends out Woobats and stuff, the Arons and everything like that. These trainers get a little bit better later on, trust me. Like, one of them nearly destroyed me, but I still haven't lost the battle yet, so I'm not getting any reputation down. Take out the Hiker, beat all the trainers, and then just sending more and more in, and it's the exact same trainers. This Hatina person, I think I must have defeated about 14 times throughout this playthrough. Anyway, I beat her again, go to the break room, and there's one trainer in there. I'm like, bloody hell, someone's actually come back to see me, and it's the black belt that just joined my gym. But either way, I go and talk to the gym guy, and he's basically saying, like, the gym trainers are going to fight today, you want to join them? I'm like, yeah, their respect for me has grown, love to see it. I then have to go and look at my levels, and I'm like, look at this, right, my levels, they need to be sorted out a bit, but just got to keep taking on them gyms, that's all you got to do. And it's just the same kind of process. Again, we're starting to get a few more challenges now, though, with different Pokemon, which is pretty cool, but they're still very low leveled. Even though I'm rank 1 and it should be level 15, they're still like level 7 and stuff. So I don't know if it was like a little bit of a bug or something, but I was just getting nobody at all. I then finish the day, go to the break room, go talk to the guy, and it's just kind of the same exact thing. I'm like 40 days deep now. I'm just doing the exact same thing every single day. Training with the gym trainers, taking out everybody, finishing the day, waking up. However, though, I then decide to go and buy some more buildings because I'm like, right, I need to shape some things up a little bit. I've got 14 grand now, and I'm going to buy another building just to get a little bit more extra money. I mean, the 25k building must make you a lot, but I think it's like 1k per 10k building. You get it like every single day, so it does put your money up a little bit, which is pretty useful. But again, you have to keep doing everything else, otherwise your gym kind of goes under, and it's not a great situation. However, though, I go and talk to this guy, and I'm like, look, I've got another building here, pop it up, get me that extra revenue, and that's kind of what I want to see. And it's just a nice little pattern that my town's coming in. It's actually looking a little bit nice already, which I'm really happy about. And then advance the day, go to leave my house, and it's another day on the job. Again, I do other things whilst these gym days are kind of taking place. Like, I'll go and donate a potion every day to get my reputation up. I'll do a bunch of different things every single day. It's just kind of getting your reputation up higher and higher. There's like a girl that wants a heart scale, and I go and give her it, and she gives me like 100 reputation, which was really nice. However, though, I then find this girl, and I'm like, bro, where'd you come from? And I'm like, I mean, I'll take it, but I don't know where she's come from. And then he's talking about asking for a Pokeflute or something, so I need to try and find that. I have no idea where it was, though. I still have no idea. I didn't find it in the end. I then finish the day, come out, and then I need to go try and grind up a little bit more. So I find this guy who's got some pretty decent levels, and he brings out a level 24 Dragonair, and I'm like, geez, man, that is a little bit too high leveled for me. But luckily, I can start taking them out and stuff. But all of these trainers have like potions and stuff, which is really annoying because I don't have any, because all my money's going into the buildings. I'm just saving up for them, so I don't have money for like potions and stuff. But yeah, this guy has a pretty decent team. He's got a Dragonair, he's got a Goomy. The Goomy wasn't really a problem. The Dragonair could have been a lot worse, though. And he sends out a Floette. Luckily, I have a Steel Dragon type. I'm so glad I found this Aron, because Steel types are so good in this game, especially when you're running Dragon types. It's just something that I needed in my life, because Fairy types are not a problem no more. I then decided to go and try and catch another Drampa, because, you know, why not? I mean, my other Drampa is like level 18 or something, and so I'm like, well, may as well try and grab another one. So I find a level 21 Drampa, and I'm like, I may as well just keep catching them. Like, it's 3 levels every single time. I get XP from catching mons as well, so it's not like I'm really losing anything. So yeah, the Drampa's just being a little bit annoying, just not staying in the ball, but obviously eventually I'm gonna grab him, which is very nice, because it's another addition to the team. The same Drampa just keeps getting replaced constantly. It has like Sap Sipper as well, which is also quite useful for grass types. Anyway, I go to the gym, and then the first trainer of the day is the dragon guy I just beat. And I'm like, wait, what? We're stepping up now. I just took on a level 7 Snom yesterday, and now I'm fighting a level 24 Dragonair. So that got me thinking, like, maybe you have to go and fight the other trainers, and then they become actual options that you can go and fight in your gym. And so I'm like, okay, because Other trainers that I've fought so far have been like really low level trainers, but this is the first guy that I battled that had like level 20s, and then the first guy that I battle on the next day is literally a level 20. So I think that I just need to go around and fight like a ton of different trainers, because otherwise it's just going to be a little bit boring. However though, I hadn't seen this trainer before, and he sends out a level 28 Lairon. It is the evolution of the Aron, and I'm like, bro, this thing is going to absolutely annihilate me, especially when he gets that flinch and he just takes out my Gibble straight off the bat. And I'm like, this is my first loss. This is where it all goes wrong. So I send in my Aron, and I think Dragon Rage is probably my best bet because I've got nothing else to take it out with. And it uses an X speed, which I'm very happy about, and then an X attack. So he just absolutely throws the battle. I take out the Lairon, get a ton of XP, and that's what I'm trying to evolve my Aron into, because that thing looks pretty strong. Anyway, defeat him, and then we're back to normal trainers. I think it was just 2 random trainers that were really difficult to beat. And then I go to the break room, and I've got a few more trainers in there now. I'm like, alright, okay, we're now starting to build this gym a little bit. The trainers are looking nice. They're actually helping me out. They're not all treating me horribly. And it's because I think I just keep doing these like break room training sessions. Anyway, someone's at the door, and it's the gym guy, Freshwater, Mr. Freshwater himself. He tells me to go over to the town hall. So I go over there, and he's just telling me how like the city's getting bigger and stuff. And I get my gym leader rank number 2. And then these guys come over, and they're like, yo, this is it. You're getting out of my town. I'm not dealing with this. And I'm like, bro, this guy I battled at the very start of the game, let me at him again. And he sends out a Scraggy, and I'm like, okay, this isn't really a problem for me because I've got relatively decent levels, you know, level 22s, level 23s, 24s. We're actually doing all right. So I take out the Scraggy, and then he sends out like a Poochyena or a Mightyena or something like that, Sandshrew, I don't know, I'll take them all out. Beat him, and then he tells me about the commercial district. I'm like, alright, this sounds like a pretty decent option, and it's north of the town. And then this girl is just randomly outside my gym, and I'm like, who are you? And my lord, this is a blessing in disguise. She is a Blissey trainer, and you can choose to battle between 3 and 6 Blissey every single battle. They are level 50. Bro, I'm like, what? And I'm just chilling. I'm like, this is XP on the go. Like, I don't know why they give you this early on, but I'm just loving life. And then I start evolving my mons. Gibble evolves into Gabite, which gets me a step closer to that Garchomp. And Gabite's, you know, it's a decent mon now. Like, Gibble's okay, but now I've got a Gabite, I can actually start doing some damage. As well as that, my Aron also evolves into the Lairon, which I was really, really happy about. And this thing also wants to learn Thunderbolt, and I'm like, alright, okay, I mean, I need an electric type move on my team. Let me get rid of Headbutt real quick. I mean, the special attack on this thing isn't that great, but I will gladly take Thunderbolt on a Pokemon that, you know, can learn it. I mean, why not? But yeah, this Blissey girl is just constantly like there, and I'm just like, I'm going to keep battling it all the time. I then go to the commercial district though, and this dude greets me, and he, I don't know, he looks like some shady kind of character, but he basically just talks me through the new buildings that I can buy. There's like factories and all these different things that will increase my revenue for my town, but obviously they cost money as well, which isn't great. Still like 25k per building. I then go to the mall, and it literally is a godsend because I go up the stairs after talking to the Umbal City receptionist, and these guys sell really, really good items. They sell like leftovers, choice bands, Eviolites. So I decided to buy a couple of leftovers, which does cost me quite a bit. I then go to the building plans guide, but unfortunately everything still costs a lot of money. 25k, 10k, everything I just can't afford, because the only way to get money in this game is through gym trainers, and then also just through like picking up items and stuff. I then find the starter park, but unfortunately it's not ready. Back to the Blissey girl though, because I need some more XP. And again, like I say, I just spend days grinding on these Blissey. Like, I'm 60 days in now or something like that, and I'm just grinding on these Blisseys, just taking them all out, getting all this fat XP. They don't ever increase from level 50, which is a bit annoying when I get like a little bit high leveled, but I'll gladly take it. And then Lairon starts to evolve into Aggron, and I've not seen the evolution of this Lairon yet, this new like form of Aggron, so it doesn't really change too much. I just kind of wanted it to evolve, and now this thing is like the best mon on my team. And as well as that, it tries to learn Shift Gear as well when it evolves. I'm like, yes, please, thank you. This thing is ridiculous. I've also got Iron Head as well. I'm like, this thing is going to be ridiculous. So he evolves, and then just straight back to the gym, taking on more trainers and stuff. Like I say though, they aren't leveling up at all, so this part of the game is just quite boring because they give you the Blissey, which you grind up on, and then you're way over leveled. And I'm just taking all these gym trainers out like easy. And yeah, so I spent a few days having to get my reputation up. And then I go to the mailbox, and Liz wants to come into my gym. I'm like, yes, please, thank you. I need more gym trainers. And then I go buy some more building plans because I've got 10k here, and I'm like, which one should I buy? Building plan 1, building plan 3. Let me get number 3 again, and then just go put it in my town and get some more money. Because again, this is one of the only ways to get money is from the revenue from your buildings. You need as many buildings as you can get. Anyway, I put that up, and then I go and finish the day. And then lo and behold, I've got to spend another 5 days in the gym or so, just getting through these trainers, these terrible trainers which have level 20 Pokemon, and mine, like I say, are level 40 now, and I've got like an Aggron and stuff, and I'm close to getting a Garchomp because I think it evolves at like, what, 48, something like that. So I just keep beating all these trainers, go to the break room, talk to the freshwater guy, I'm like, bro, help me out. And then he's talking about his own problems. I'm like, mate, this isn't the time for that. This is Liz, who obviously just joined my team, or my gym, I guess I should say. And then someone's at the door, and then I get kidnapped, and I'm like, wait, what? What's going on here? And I get kidnapped by the evil biker gang, and yeah, basically I have to escape this new light location. So all of those guys leave, and then I have to go battle this girl here. Luckily, she's not really got a great team. I mean, she's got a Sandslash, which is level 30, which, you know, is a step up from the gym trainers that I've been taking on constantly. But still, luckily, I did over-level a little bit. Otherwise, I'd be in a pretty bad situation, because I have no healing items. I've got absolutely nothing. I think I've got like 1 potion and maybe a fresh water, and that's it. So these bishops and stuff, luckily I'm like level 10, like 10 levels higher than them. Anyway, there's a ton of trainers in these Badlands, that's what it's called. And they've got some really good mons. And it does dwindle down your team. Even though I'm like 10 levels above, they do start proper taking me out. Anyway, I get through them all, and then there's this double battle that I have to take on as well. And I'm like, bro, I don't think I've got enough for this. I've got an Aggron on half health. I've got a Gabite on half health. Let me use this 1 potion and soda pop to heal up my team, because that's all I've got. And then I take on this double battle. And dude, this is a really, really close double battle. I have no idea what would have happened if I lost this. I don't know if it would have just been a game over or something. But I was like, I've not saved in a while. I've come too far to lose. And luckily, I just end up beating the double battle with just my Aggron left. And then I exit the cave, and I'm still there. And I'm like, oh damn, there's still a ton of trainers here. So I have to proper sneak everywhere. I beat 1 last trainer, and then the mayor luckily finds me. And he's like, dude, we've got the whole search party looking for you. And then this dude, Edgar, comes up and he's like, bro, this is what's going on here. He didn't organize it. He's basically the leader of the bad guys. And he's like, look, I didn't organize that, whatever. And so I'm like, alright, if I'm getting kidnapped, I need to go get some stronger Pokemon. So I find a Fracture that's level 40 in the Dragon's Den. Like I say, the Dragon's Den is my second home. I'm in there all the time, just catching all of these random Pokemon. So I catch a Fracture, and then also I find a Dreepy, and I'm like, yes, Ghost Dragon, sign me up. Because if there's a fighting type or something, I need this in my team. I know it does evolve quite late, but it's still nice to have. So I go up and catch the Fracture, I catch the Dreepy, and I'm still looking around for like another decent monster if I can find anything. And I actually come across a Dratini, and I'm like, I mean, it does evolve at level 55, but Dratini's still okay once it's a Dragonair, and all these are like 1 level away from evolving. So I may as well just catch them all, get my team all shaped up, because I can now use 6 Pokemon. Which was a rank up thing, and then I'm straight back to the Blissey lady, starting to take on all of the Blissies again. Again, they're still level 50, which isn't great. I wish they went up to like level 60 or 75, but I need to level up all these terrible mons. So it does take a while to level all these up, because you can see the damage that they're doing. So I take all those out, and then I go to the gym once again. And I'm like, okay, the levels must be a little bit higher now, surely. She sends out a Curlier, and it's level 24. I'm like, bro, my team is going to annihilate all of these trainers that are coming in. So I just spend a few more days just getting through these trainers, getting my reputation up, and then obviously talking to my gym trainers, getting their respect up for me, all that good stuff. And then I finish the day, and I think I'm like day 85 now. I'm getting close to 100 days. So I finish that day, and then I go up to the starter park because it's now open. And I'm like, bro, hopefully there's some decent mons here that I can catch. And I was trying to think, can any Pokemon learn Dragon Claw? And I thought Charmander potentially could once it's a Charizard, and I wouldn't mind that in my team, but I end up finding a Bulbasaur, and there's no Charmanders. I couldn't find one. So straight back to the gym. She's saying she smells victory. I think she's got a blocked nose or something, because she's not having any victory today. Sends out a level 36 Jumpluff, though, which is a pretty decent level. I mean, I'm still getting XP and stuff from all these different trainers, so it is helping me out a little bit. And again, it's just getting my reputation up. And the stronger the trainer you fight, the higher the reputation as well. So I'm like, okay, it's getting a little bit better. Anyway, in comes this dude. And I was not expecting this. He sends out a level 70 Tyranitar. Like, what? I can't beat this. Like, this guy's going to destroy me. Thrash, bang, Gabite dead, one shot. I'm like, this is my first loss. This is my first loss. There's no way in hell I beat this Tyranitar. I send out my Aggron, and then I try and get some sort of damage on this thing, get an Iron Head off. But unfortunately, he just thrashes me constantly. For whatever reason, like, sand doesn't hurt any of my Pokemon in this. I know it wouldn't hurt Aggron anyway because it's a steel type, but it doesn't hurt anything else. No idea why. But yeah, takes out my Aggron. I don't have any revives, and I'm like, okay, well, looking at my team, I lose. I may as well go into HDvee because it's going for Thrash, and at least I can avoid one Thrash and try and get like an Infestation off or something. Because he's not going to hurt himself with Confusion because RNG is never on my side. So I'll get an Infestation off, and the Sandstorm subsides, and then he can't hit me. He just don't hit me. Full restores, he Hyper Potions constantly, but he cannot hit me. And so somehow HDvee saves the day, takes out the Tyranitar, and I still haven't had my first loss yet. I'm like, bro, what? The heavens have opened up and helped me. Then there's an Evolution trainer as well, so I don't know what was going on today, but there was a ton of random trainers that are actually really difficult to beat. I mean, this guy had like Vaporeon, Flareon, Jolteon, and an Eevee. So it did get a little bit more tricky. But I get through all the Evolutions, and then lo and behold, Gabite, because it hit level 48, wants to evolve into a Garchomp, which I'm very, very happy about. I was hoping it'd learn Earthquake at this point, but I think it learns it level like a little bit later on. But either way, this was what I started out to get, because Garchomp is a really, really good Pokemon. It does try and learn Crunch, though, which is really useful, so I've grabbed that. And then I find a letter, and Edgar's like, bro, this is the leader of the Rough Riders. Meet me at my chambers in the Badlands. We need to fight. Bring your team. I'm going to use my team. And he's like, don't tell anyone about this. So I naturally call someone. I call the mayor. I probably should have called the police, but I went with the mayor. And the mayor's like, yeah, it can't be helped. Go on, go do it for the city. I'm like, damn it, should have called the police. So I'm like, this guy's going to be pretty tough to beat. I need to go grind up some more Blissies, evolve my team, because I need Haxorus. I need all of these different Pokemon. It is difficult to just constantly grind up, and it does take a lot of time. So I didn't get like as strong as a team that I should have. But Fraxure obviously evolves into Haxorus, which I was really, really happy about, because this thing is decent, especially because my Fraxure has Dragon Dance. So I was like, hopefully I can just lead with this thing and then just set up all over his team. My HDvee also evolves into Dracloak, which again, it would have took quite a while to evolve it again, so I decided to just go in with Dracloak, which is still a decent mon. It does have that ghost typing as well, which is why it's really in my team. So anyway, after a ton of grinding, I then go and try and buy some more buildings. I've got 25k now, so I decided to buy I think I buy like a factory or something, and then I go and put it up because it's just extra money, and I kind of need it. I then make my way to the Badlands to try and find Edgar. There's literally trainers all over the place. I still have no healing items. I just spent all my money on a building like an idiot. I'm going into like the strongest battle in the game without any healing items. I'm an absolute idiot trying to do this. But yeah, I have to get through a ton of trainers because there's so many blocking the way, and it is just dwindling me down a little bit, which is really annoying because, you know, Garchomp's my strongest mon pretty much, barring probably Aggron, and it's just losing like a lot of health. I'm losing PP on like Dragon Claws and stuff like that because there's so many trainers. Yeah, they're not the highest level, but it is still like dwindling down my team and stuff. Anyway, I get through all the trainers, and then I find Edgar in his chambers, and I'm like, okay, this is the battle that's probably going to decide like the game. And so like this is like, I'm probably like 110 days in at this point. But yeah, anyway, he brings out his team, I bring out mine, and he starts off with the Aggron, and I'm like, oh god, what level is this? 45? I'm like, I don't know if I can do anything to this. So I bulldoze it, which does some nice damage, and then he Icicle Spears me. And I'm like, well, Icicle Crash. And I'm like, bro, where did you learn that? Where was my Icicle Crash? And I'm like, I've got nothing in my team that can destroy that. Like, what do I have that can come in and take an Icicle Crash? The only Pokemon that it's neutral on is Aggron. So I bring Aggron in myself, and I'm just deciding to Dragon Claw it, because that's all I can really do. I probably should have Shift Geared, thinking back, because that would have obviously helped me out a little bit, especially just because he's just pulling out all these full restores and stuff. And then he starts Iron Heading, and I'm just flinching and stuff. I'm like, oh, don't RNG me right now. Icicle Crash luckily misses that. I feel like if he missed the Icicle Crash against the Garchomp, I would have been a little bit better. But then I just keep Dragon Clawing, and he's Dragon Clawing me. We're just kind of Dragon Clawing each other, dealing damage. I've got leftovers in my Aggron. It's helping me a tiny bit. Flinches me again with Iron Head. It's really annoying that he outspeeds me because he's getting all these flinches off. And again, I'm 2 levels higher, so I was hoping I would outspeed, but he must have like a positive speed nature or something. And then he takes out my Aggron. So that's my 2 best Pokemon dead already. And I'm like, okay, there's no way I win this battle. There's no way I win this battle. I bring in Haxorus. Like, Haxorus, if this thing dies, I lose everything. And then, lo and behold, Haxorus decides to just go crazy mode or something, kills the Aggron, and then he brings in a Tyranitar. And I'm like, oh god, this isn't even getting better. He's still got 5 of the Mons left. So this thing comes in, and I'm like, I have to set up a Dragon Dance. I have to do something here to be able to take this thing out. He crunches me. Luckily, I had put the leftovers on Haxorus. I get a Dragon Claw off. the leftovers literally saved Haxorus' life here. So then I can take out the Tyranitar, and I'm +1/+1. So I'm like, okay, if the rest of his team is not strong, I might be able to win this. He then brings out Hydreigon. I'm like, okay, I'm +1/+1. I can outspeed that. I can kill it. Hydreigon bites the dust. He's gone. And I'm getting lefties back every single turn as well. And there's a small chance that I actually get through here and win it. He then brings in a Salamence, which is a little bit annoying because it does have Intimidate. So I'm back down to neutral. I do take out the Salamence though. And then I shoot up to level 50, which is, again, anything I will take right now. Getting more lefties back. And then he has his own Garchomp. I'm like, bro, I don't think I can beat Garchomp with one hit. I Dragon Claw it, it survives. And it goes for Flare Blitz. And I live on 3 HP. I'm like, dude, Haxorus, why are you doing this to me? You are an absolute monster. I take out the Garchomp, and his last mon is, lo and behold, a Metagross. I can't beat this Metagross. I don't have anything for this. I Dragon Claw, but unluckily it has Shadow Sneak, and I'm like, no, Haxorus is dead. The rest of my team, I still have a little 31 Drampa for whatever reason. And so I'm like, okay, yeah, this guy's just going to one-shot my whole team. I bring in Dragonair, try and Aqua Tail it. He Meteor Mashes me, destroys my Dragonair. Again, I probably should have grinded up more. If I had healing items, I would have been fine, because I just could have healed up my Haxorus. I bring in the Drakloak. I try and get Dragon Pulse off or something, see if I can do any kind of damage to this. Just Meteor Mashes just kills Drakloak in one. And then I have to bring in Drampa, and then obviously Drampa's not going to do anything. And so I lose the battle, and I'm like, okay, well, what happens now then? I spent a ton of time, because basically Edgar was like, whoever loses this, like, loses. Like, they're out. If I lose, I have to leave the town. And so I lose to him, and there's not even, like, going back to the Pokemon Center. It literally is game over. He's like, get out of my city, and that's it. It's game over. I lost more than the job and it's game over. So I lost after about 115 days.